Our next speaker is Dan Amato. Dan is a friend of the group, and Dan does some very vital blogging and research work, and his website is just full of facts that will floor you, because he reports, you decide. You see the local media sometimes, and the national media doesn't even report, thinking that you won't get it. But thank God for people like Dan. Dan?
Thanks. You're welcome, sir. So what do you all think of good old George W. Bush? Woo! Well, no matter your opinion of the man, there's one good thing that George W. Bush has done for this country. On April 30th, 2003, George W. Bush made this proclamation. The Congress, by Public Law 85-529, as amended, has designated May 1st of each year as Loyalty Day. And I ask all Americans to join me in this day of celebration and in reaffirming our allegiance to our nation. So I say to you now, Happy Loyalty Day, and long live the United States of America! Unfortunately, there are others in this country today celebrating a different kind of loyalty all across our nation. These people have come to our country illegally and are now marching through our streets making demands. These people have no loyalty to the United States and have no right to be here. Yeah. No right. Speaking of rights, there is a current lie and deception being perpetrated on we the American people. You will see it on signs today in their marches when you look at the pictures. This falsehood is being repeated over and over by groups that want illegal immigration to continue, like La Raza. That lie is that immigrants, both legal and illegal in this country, have or should be granted civil rights. They are directly trying to hijack the civil rights movement led by the likes of Martin Luther King Jr. and cut it up in some absurd and bizarre pattern to fit illegal aliens. There is just one problem with this. Civil rights, by definition, are rights bestowed on citizens by a nation. They are one of the great benefits of becoming a citizen. Blacks in this country at the time had every right to march and demand equal civil rights in this country, for they were American citizens. These people are not. Yeah! Remember that the next time you see them trying to hijack the civil rights movement with their deceptive words. And as these illegal aliens and their supporters march through our streets demanding rights, they are also demanding more handouts from you, the American people, as if they haven't taken enough from you already. Here's just an example for you, and I promise to keep it brief because it's got a lot of numbers in it. A recent ESR research firm report found that in 2007, the government's estimate of 37 million immigrants, that's legal and illegal, in this country cost U.S. taxpayers $9,000 per immigrant in costs and services. A total of $346 billion for 2007 alone. The study also found that the government's estimates of 12 million illegal aliens are well below the true number that is at least 20 million illegal aliens. Now to my point. If these 20+ million illegal aliens are granted amnesty, and not only would it show a disregard for our laws and be a slap in the face to those waiting to come here legally, it will literally cost us hundreds of billions of dollars in additional services per year. Now I have a question for you. How many of you enjoyed paying your taxes this year? No. Well, I certainly didn't. But as any low-wage earning family in this country can tell you, they usually receive a refund. Families usually receive one because of the Earned Income Tax Credit, or the EIC. This can easily total thousands of dollars in refunds each year for a family. If we bow to the demands of illegal aliens marching today, imagine how much taxpayer money will be going to them in the form of tax refunds alone through EIC. All of the people of this country will suffer as the government either needs to punish Americans by cutting things like the EIC out of the tax code or raise taxes on everyone to cover it. Because they surely are not going to cut spending overall. This is just one single example of how giving into these extortionists, and I do say extortionists, will cost you and me and all citizens in the United States of America. Are you going to give into these extortionists?
No.
Are you going to sit on the couch and ignore this?
No.
Every night while you sleep, Americans are being killed at the hands of illegal aliens in this country. The list of victims is growing. The absolute sadness and heartbreak is spreading to families throughout this country. It absolutely angers me to see my fellow citizens killed by the lack of action of our leaders. Does it anger you? How much more are you going to take? Are you going to spread the word far and wide that our country has been invaded?
Yes.
Are you going to fight for your country?
Yes.
We are in the right on this issue, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. I close with this. We cannot give in to the demands of a group of people who have illegally entered our country. A group of people who hold no loyalty to this country. A group of people who are only here to rape our wallets and leave our children destitute. We do not have to stand for this anymore. No to amnesty. No to sanctuary cities. No to the continued injustice we are being forced to accept. Thank you. Happy Loyalty Day and free Ramos and Campion.
Thank you, Dan. So, power. Dan's got me in a tea tossing mood. Is there a ship around that we can throw some tea into the harbor? Because we have to start something here.